Hey, what's up guys? John here. In the matter of weeks, upwards of 100,000 migrants will be let go inside of New York City.
These are asylum seekers. They arrived in New York City a couple of days ago, hoping to get processed at the Roosevelt Hotel. If you've been following news out of New York City, you know that this isn't new. This has been happening for the past couple of months. There have been more than 93,000 asylum seekers that have arrived here in the city since the spring. Officials have said that this migrant crisis is costing the city billions of dollars, at least $4 billion, and Mayor Eric Adams is asking for more federal help.
Without shelter, without money, without a way in which they can provide for themselves, without a way in which they're legally allowed to work. Think about this. We are going to start to see a really big crisis unfold in New York to the likes in which we've never seen before. In this video, I'm going to break it down with hard facts. This is absolutely crazy. And I'm going to show you where this is actually going. Nobody knows where it's actually going except for me and soon to be you. In the next couple of years, it's going to be unreal what we're going to see here. So please hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube's going to share this content to educate more people about what's really going on inside of New York. And if you want to fix your credit, we'd love to help you at my company, greatcreditfast.com. That's greatcreditfast.com. Go there, schedule a free strategy session so you could fix your credit and position yourself for what is going to be the greatest wealth transfer of all time. Remember in 2008, 2010, banks tightened up funding for those with bad credit and average credit. The people that got money were the ones that had great credit that offered low risk. And those people also obtained most of the opportunities, whether it be in real estate, growing and expanding their business. I mean, look at 2008, 2010. I believe we're stepping into a situation far worse than that with much greater opportunity for those that are prepared. Take a look at this. So, line of migrants sleeping outside stretches around the Roosevelt Hotel's Midtown block. Now, 93,000, right? 93,000 migrants. Now, what they said here is, obviously, we want to work. We just need permission to work. One man said, I don't want handouts, right? I like to work. This city has asked federal government to speed up the work permit process that migrants can get jobs legally and rely less on city resources. Now, if you search around online, it will say as though you can work, but the facts are you actually can't. So think about this. If you're a husband, a father, you have children to take care of, or even yourself to take care of, and you have no way in which you can obtain resources to feed yourself, what are you going to do? You're going to do anything, any means necessary. Just like National Geographic, when the lion's out in the, they're out in the plains, they're hunting, they're doing whatever they have to do. And I think that's going to amount to theft and crime, because at the end of the day, it's survival. Look at this. So Chuck Schumer, look at this. So as the migrant crisis shreds New York City's safety net, once leader, Senator Chuck Schumer, has been steadfastly consistent in his stance, silent. It actually makes sense though, right? Since Schumer, the Senate majority leader, never has a word to say about tens of thousands of people sleeping in homeless shelters now on the sidewalks, right? And so it says 100,000, right? So right now the homeless shelter is pushing above 100,000, taking over 1,025 rooms at the Roosevelt Hotel. And if you look at the crime that's unfolding inside of New York, it is absolutely incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And so, look at this. So, over the past month, the Barnstorm New York State boasting about the largest $7 billion, right, for the Hudson River rail tunnel, $50 million to create upstate manufacturing jobs, $1.3 million for workforce training. Right? But even if Schumer could wrangle billions for New York's migrant crisis, money from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, money from the Health and Human Services, the cash would make the city's problem even worse. Right? And they're paying these migrants $256 every single day. And so you look at that, it's about $7,700 a month. $7,700 a month. So times 12 months in a year, they're giving them about $92,000 a year. Right? It's absolutely, that's a ton of money. It's a ton of money. Look at this. At capacity, Mayor Adams announces 60-day leave. So 60-day leave. I don't think people really understand what's actually happening in New York City. They see some headlines about crime, this and that. But you're talking 100,000 people, right? You're talking tens and tens and tens of thousands of people that are inside of a city with nowhere to go and no means. This is a real problem. Mayor Eric Adams announces the city has started sending out 60-day leave notices to adult asylum seekers and handing out flyers at the border, discouraging others from coming due to lack of space. Advocates on the ground condemn the move as morally repugnant. According to the mayor's office, over 90,000 asylum seekers have come to the city since last year. Of the tens of thousands that have already left, at least 54,800 have stayed. The notices will go to adults that have been there the longest, not families. In the 185 emergency shelters, 13 humanitarian relief centers, the notices will be paired with the caseworkers so that asylum seekers can find alternative housing, either with friends and family. How do they have friends and family if they're coming here from a different country? I would imagine most don't. The city requires those that can't find somewhere else within the 60-day notice to reapply for new replacement. So, I mean, look at this. So, if you just look at migrant crime, New York, you just do a quick Google search, and then you just put the last month, right? Put the last month. I mean, man's charged with, right, a random scooter. Courts could not decide the rental voucher. Mayor Eric Adams admits NYC always had tax-funded private guards, right, in migrant cities. 15-year-old boy right there in Brooklyn. Street homelessness, NYC jumped 17%. You start to look at this, 2 men beaten by group disorderly right outside of this shelter. This is what's happening. This is a real problem because it's not just New York City. A lot of people look at New York and like, oh, it's just New York. It's going to be Philly. It's going to be LA. It's going to be Austin. It's going to be San Francisco. It's going to be Atlanta. It's going to be Chicago. All of this is going to happen. And we're going to start to see a lot of people saying, you know what? I got kids. I have a job here, sure. But maybe I'll come into the city. I'll come into the city once a week, 2 times a week. I'll drive in, but I need to get my kids and my family out of the city. And that's what I think is going to happen when you start to look at this plan here, which I'm going to show you. So this is the situation in New York City. The median rent is $2,940. I mean, that's what they say median, 1 bedroom. Some say it's, $3,000, $3,500. It's probably somewhere closer to that. And so nearly 2/3 of New Yorkers want to move out. Well, that's what they're saying now, but look at what's actually happening in New York. So right here, if you haven't seen this website is extremely important because it shows the future of what America is going to look like. And it's shown by credible sources, by real, like, look, for example, funders and partners. You look at some of these names and you tell me that this is not extremely credible, right? You have UK government, you have Federal Ministry for Environmental, Nature, Conservation, and Nuclear Safety, right? You have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Denmark. You have a lot of really, really big companies, a lot of really, really big names. You got George here. You have FedEx. You have all the big companies. And you look right here. I mean, you got Hillary right here. World Bank. This is real. Like, this is real. And so if you look at even just their partners or their leadership, and then you click board of directors, you got Bloomberg. This is not like a fly-by-night operation. So you click here, you go in New York City. So this is all over the world. But if you look at New York City and you click it, and then you click View City Profile, and then you click on Accelerators, and then you look at the Equity Pledge. Because this is going to be about equity and sustainability and making the world a fair and just place and leveling out the scoreboard, as they would say, right? And so you click on it and just read it. This is unfair. It is created by a few and will hit many the hardest. Mayors signing up for this pledge commit to increasing on community-led development inclusive action for infrastructure projects that achieve major environmental, health, social, and economic benefits, especially in low-income and vulnerable communities. Deliver bold action that benefits all residents equitably, right? Equity Pledge signatories that are looking to share and learn from in other cities about how to deliver equity, right? And you click this and it'll show you. But if you click and you look even further into this, and you'll see some of these other ones, I mean, like this building accelerator, Good Food Cities Accelerator. They want to change everything about New York City. Like, look at this. The building accelerator. Our buildings help define our cities. From our iconic skylines to historic architecture, they are where our citizens live, work, study, and play. These buildings are also one of the biggest sources of this, right, greenhouse gas, accounting for over half of the total city, right, on average. A significant source of air pollution. Currently, 500,000 people pass away each year due to this, right? Delivering on our goals, the Paris Agreement, which science tells us must require dramatic action to cut the emissions, right? Net zero, the ultra high efficiency supplied by renewables, they are comfortably in homes with money that isn't wasted on energy bills, productive workplace, insulated from extreme temperatures, healthy school, and they go on and on and on about how it's about sustainability, right? How it's about making the world more fair and just. And I think what this situation that we're going to witness in New York is going to provide us is going to be the big show, right? This is what's going to happen. They're going to really highlight all the problems that New York is having because of, this current unsustainable capitalistic structure, which is leaving a lot of people behind. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to witness this. I mean, they're committing this in the next 6.5 years. I mean, it's happening. I mean, it's really, really happening. I mean, they're going to be reporting annually on these buildings, meeting our targets to evaluate feasibility, reporting the emissions behind operations. All of these buildings have to do these upgrades. And they're going to be evaluating, they're already doing this also, by the way. People don't know this. Buildings, 25,000 square feet will be required to meet these new efficiency upgrades. And they're even talking about a lot of these commercial to residential conversions in New York City. So the real cost of New York City office, right, 2 weeks ago, let's just change the date for the last month. A top NYC commercial real estate CEO says buildings hurting from remote work are the same ones he warned about 6 years ago. Turning offices into apartments could help save downtowns. Office vacancy in Manhattan is 15%. So you start to look at this, this is what we're going to start to see here. They're going to be pushing, they're going to be packing cities, New York City especially. Drop below. What do you think about this entire situation? Do you think we're going to see a situation unfold in New York City because of all this? I definitely believe so. I definitely believe so. I would bet that we're going to start seeing sky-high crime in the next 6 to 12 months, and we're going to start to see some radical changes unfold in cities all throughout America. And New York, I believe, is the first stop. Drop below. Let's have a conversation about it. If you want to fix your credit, we'd love to help you. My company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. Go there, schedule a free strategy session. If you want to take advantage of the greatest wealth transfer of all time, got to have great credit to do it. So we'd love to help you at GreatCreditFast.com. Catch you guys in the next video.